Welcome to the Mustard Tree. I'm Charlotte Clary, and today I'm interviewing Donna Kowalsky, founder and president of Seed Faith Ministries. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell me what is your ministry about in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, my ministry is in Uganda, East Africa, and it's multifaceted. And we sponsor children and sponsor elderly people. We have a school.
Okay, hold that right there. I can tell right now that I need your voice to pick up.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So straight and project out there like you're talking to them.
Oh, instead of face to face.
Yeah, you can look at me, but always act like you're talking to them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're going to start all over. Welcome to the Mustard Tree. I'm Charlotte Clary, and today I'm interviewing Donna Kowalsky, president and founder of Seed Faith Ministries. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Charlotte.
Tell me about your ministry. What is it about?
Well, my ministry is about East Africa, and Uganda is where our primary work is. And we sponsor children and sponsor elderly people. My main goal is sponsoring the children, and that is to give them an education, and that's what sponsorship money goes for. Because in Uganda there is no free education, so there's just hundreds and hundreds of children that get no education in Uganda. So by us giving them an education, and many sponsors have gone on, we've sent many through university levels as well. We're giving them a good life, and they're being productive in Uganda. And many are doing very well, have their own businesses now, and giving jobs to other people. So
that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Now, I'm going to clarify right here. When Donna says all this, isn't like she's sending a lot of money over there to do these things. In 2004, is that correct, when you bought property?
Yes.
2004, Donna bought 16 acres of property out in the jungle. No water, no electricity, or anything. So, and she had been going to Uganda for 8 years before she actually bought the land. So I wanted to clarify that. So imagine 16 acres of jungle with no water, no electricity, nothing established on it. What have you got there today, Donna?
Well, we have 9 buildings on the land, and we have water. We've got 2 wells in. We have electricity now. For several years, all we had was kerosene lamps.
Ooh.
Because there was no electricity to the area, but electricity has come in, and we've even found a little bit of favor that they didn't charge us as much as they would have.
Oh, wow.
And so we were very excited about that, basically, because it is expensive to do that work.
Now, originally, your husband Stuart was going to Uganda with you?
Yes.
And then he passed.
He passed away.
And then you continued. You actually bought the land after he had passed.
Yes.
So for Donna to take that on now without her husband is remarkable. Truly remarkable, Donna. And you've had a lot of help along the way, but you
Yes,
are affectionately referred to back in Uganda as Mama Donna.
Yes.
Because you're taking care of babies. You have a feeding program for...
We have a feeding program that feeds elderly people, and that's done by sponsorship, by sponsoring a person. We feed anybody that's hungry.
And now you've also built homes for the elderly too.
Yes, we have built homes for the elderly. We have one lady now that really desperately needs one. Her house is beginning to lean, and so.
So what does it cost in US dollars to build a home for an elderly person?
For us to build a home for that lady would be $2,500. Which is really, in America, is nothing, but, you know, when you're in ministry, it's a lot of money because you have so many other expenses that you have to take care of. So.
Now, you're raising money right now. I don't want to get ahead of us here,
okay.
But you have a school on the property.
Yes.
And you have
220 students through 4th grade. So now that's what this is all about, really. is that we need more money to build some more classrooms. So we want to build a school that goes up through 6th grade.
Now they come and they go home every day, and you feed them in the middle of the day?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, a lot of the children are our own children, because we have children we sponsor that we're taking care of, because the probation officer keeps bringing us children out of bad homes, bad situations, girls being abused. Well, they call it abused by the father, but we would call it, what would we call it? You know, they're using their daughters for sex. Just let me come right out and say it. And that's what they're doing, and many of them are malnourished to the point of almost death, especially babies.
We've seen pictures over the years of you taking in malnourished babies, I should say, and then pictures later down the year of them graduating from college.
Yes.
That's how long Donna's been doing this.
Yes.
So if you want a worthy place to aid and assist, this is a viable opportunity, a viable ministry. A couple things here I wanted to ask you about. You have a person that even wanted to be a doctor that you raised, right?
Yes, he calls himself Elvis. So that's his name.
Because he likes the American name Elvis?
I have no clue. He just calls himself Elvis, and has from the first day I met him, because of when we opened up our center, he was one of our first kids that we took in.
How old was he?
Now?
Then
I think he was 4 or 5 years old.
And how old is he now?
He's 21, I believe. And he always wanted to be a doctor.
Tell that little story right quick.
Okay. Well, always wanted to be a doctor. And so he talked about it constantly. So I told him, Elvis, if that's what you really want to be, I will help you become a doctor. And so he did well in sciences, and he passed all the tests and everything to become a doctor. And then they saw his arm was at some period in his life was cut off at this point in his arm. And so they told him he couldn't be a doctor. And so he was very disappointed. So I said, well, what would you like to do now? Well, he wanted to stay in the medical field. So he decided to become a lab technician. So I sent him through lab school. He's actually our lab technician in our clinic in the village there today. But recently we've just learned that if he gets 3 more years of lab tech under him, and by going to school and upgrading his education in that area, that he could become what they would call like a physician's assistant.
Whoa.
And so I haven't told him yet, but when I go in September, I'm going to tell him I've been saving the money, and I'm going to send him on so his dream can be fulfilled.
Okay, that gives me goosebumps. Donna, that's wonderful, and he doesn't know this yet.
He doesn't know it yet.
Wow.
And I told him over there, don't you dare tell him. I want to be the one to tell him.
Now, I understand that you have a medical clinic that's off of your 16 acres, but less than a mile away that you've established.
That's correct.
And it's a pharmacy there?
We have a pharmacy, we have a birthing room, and then just treatment rooms, and a lab as well. I just said that, where Elvis is. And then we have a reception room.
Now, I know that you're in the jungle, and you do go where people, quote, would say angels fear to tread.
Yes, I had one very popular pastor over there one time introduced me as the woman that will go places I will not go.
Now you're talking total bush.
Yeah.
And it's...
And in my tent, yeah.
You're pretty amazing, and you're going back in September.
Yes.
Wow. Now you have another gentleman, Stephen Capon, who's come alongside you to help.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Stephen is moving into the mission field, and he's been going to Uganda and representing me at the Bible school graduations, because we do have a Bible school as well. And my pastor asked me to mentor him, and so that's what I've been doing, and training him and giving him some new things to think about, new ways how to work with another culture because you are working with another culture, and you have to bring these two cultures together and pick the best of what is in each one and then put it together and make it work. And so he's been going over and doing that. He actually is leading out a team in July over there, and he'll be speaking at some of our churches. We have a couple of churches as well.
Now that you've started?
Yes.
So you've got a couple churches you've started.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Bible school.
Yes.
Is that on the property there?
The Bible school is held on the property. When our kids have school break, then we use those buildings. Falling apart.
We want everybody to see this cool giraffe on this African shawl. That's the point.
Yeah. So, yeah. So the Bible school is held on the property when the kids have a school break.
Tell you what, you use that property.
Well, my pastor taught me that. He said,
Now,
he said, what do you have in your hand? Use what you have in your hand. Well, that's what we had. So.
now, are you still farming?
Yes.
And then you put a kid through farm school too, didn't you?
Yes, I've sent another one of our young boys. Well, he's a man now, and he was one of our first intakes. I've sent him to a farm school. We have 10 acres of land that we're farming, and so I've made him manager of that farmland. And I'm sending him to school again right now to move up into a higher level to know how to do the book work and things like that that we desperately lack in that area.
Now, how far is that 10 acres from your?
From where our base home is, it's about 50 miles or more.
50?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's quite a, it's
So
quite
is
a
he
distance.
living there then?
Yes,
on that
he's
farm?
living. We built a little house there and built a toilet, and I built a kitchen, and we have there was a swamp area, and we dug it out and made a pond out of it and put a generator on it and built a tower and put a holding tank on there, and we pump water up to this holding tank, and we've laid pipe in the ground, and so it goes all to different parts and feeds it, and we're still expanding and still working on that.
Now, do you have animals? At one point you had animals, didn't
Well, at one point we had goats and pigs, but the people kept coming and stealing them.
Oh!
So we decided
We're not doing that anymore.
we might as well sell them, you know. So we sold them off, and then we're trying to come up with a strategy where that won't happen, so we can, you know, keep animals on the land. We plant corn and different things to help us with the eating, and sell some of it to try to bring in some income.
Okay.
Sorry,
We don't have our sets all set up yet.
This
It's precarious.
this painting has been very stubborn.
We're going to talk about the paintings in a minute, but I just want to go back and say, you know, we dream sometimes in America of being off the grid and self-sufficient, where everything happens on our plot. Well, look no further than Donna Kowalsky and Seed Faith Ministries, because that's what she's accomplished over these years, and it's just going to keep growing. And we're just so impressed with what you've done, and it's going to be wonderful to see how that continues to grow and blossom.
I know. I don't think I'm going to live long enough to see all the things I have in my
You'll
life.
see it from a different perspective.
Yeah, I'll be looking down.
One of the things I want to mention right now is that on April 1st at 4 o'clock in Yelm here, but it's outside Yelm at Lake Lawrence West in the lower building, and we'll put in the description in this video all the information, the time, the where, what it costs, if it doesn't cost, how to get there, it's a art show and dinner auction. Is that correct?
Yes, it's going to be like a silent auction where you bid on paper. So if you put a bid down and somebody wants it and they bid more, then you can come back and bid more. And then at a certain time it will close.
And that's open to the public, but you can't dally because that's only from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Then at 5 o'clock, a dinner starts, and there's still tickets left, $10 each for the dinner. And you will get to hear a little bit from Stephen Capon and more about the ministry.
Yes, actually he's going to show some video as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. And Donna has some beautiful pictures on her website from Africa. And the art show has, how many artists are represented there?
5 or 6.
So there's a variety of different kinds of artwork. This is pour art that Donna has done. She does all sorts, but today we just brought these up. But go out and see her. Come out to the lake.
Yeah, we'd love to see you.
Yeah, just jump in. If you like art, fine. If you don't, eat dinner.
And if you stay for dinner, then about 15 minutes after dinner is over with will be another free time to keep bidding.
Oh,
and
good.
Then we will close it. So if you don't stay for dinner, we will have your name on something. Well, it'll be on the paper actually, and your phone number will also be in that paper, and we'll give you a call and tell you that you won and when you can pick it up.
And we'll also leave in a description below how you can get a hold of Donna and Seed Faith Ministries if you want to start supporting the ministry. She's got some different things going on there. But this was just a teaser to let you know some of the wonderful things that are happening. And Donna, we really appreciate it. We appreciate your faithfulness,
Thank you.
your stick-to-itiveness, your energy level. Appreciate it all. And we're glad I'm glad it's you.
Thank you. Can I just add one thing?
Sure.
The funds from this are going to be going to add on to the school because we need another building. We need to continue on. We're through 4th grades, but now we need room for 5th grade and 6th grade. So that's what this is all about.
One thing I think I've always admired about Donna's ministry is when she does a fundraiser, it's for a specific project. You know what it is, and she comes back a few months later with pictures and says, here's what we did, look. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And so we'll make sure all that information is here.
Thank you.
Well, Donna, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Charlotte.
And thank you, audience, for watching us today. And don't forget to water your seeds and pull up your weeds. Bye.
Bye.
Little mustard seed, scarcely to be seen, easy to be lost, hard to be